Assalamu alaikum everyone. Myself Engineer Abdul Basit. I am Marketing Director of Sindh Educational Organization. Today we have our esteemed guest speaker, Ms. Zahra Nabila from Indonesia. She has graduated in physics from Indonesia, and she is also uh, contributed as scientist, educator, and writer. Today she will be presenting the topic integrating science and technology for enhanced disability support. So without any further ado, over to you, ma'am.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you. I'm Zhara from Indonesia. Many thanks to CEO for inviting me to this event, and it's my honor. And I will also to thank the participants who attended this presentation. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, here I'll explain how to spread it, the integrating science and technology for influence disability support. Okay, I will do the screen first. The title is for this meeting is the integrating science and technology enhanced for disability support. Okay, for the first time, please let me introduce myself. I'm a bachelor of science with a specialization motion competition. And there is some achievement during in my life. The first is like class prize for the outstanding grade, and class prize for the grade with honor, outstanding in realizing of reviews 2030, third place in scientific paper, in agriculture sector, third place in the physics Olympiad, top 10 at the science Olympiad, second place at the speech contest. And I through the attended the international conference like collaboration of the G20, attended an international finance, MOU in England, and I attended an international conference on bioscience and technology, attended an international accelerating digital technologies and learning. I want to show the first. It is one of my publication in artificial intelligence. The title is Implementation of Google Translate Application Programming and Interface, or API, as a text and audio translator. Now, the sharing session, we can focus on artificial intelligence as a technology to support the disability. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, what do we want to discuss now? The first is artificial intelligence. The second is the second is the what is the challenges, and the last one is the solution. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we should know that the artificial intelligence or the AI is perhaps the oldest field of computer science and a very big, dealing with all aspects of mimicking cognitive functions for real world problem solving and building systems, learn and think like people. Therefore, it's often called the machine intelligence. Then, and the next is to integrate the science and technology for enhanced disability support is essential to understand the seven types of artificial intelligence. Okay, the first is the machine learning, natural language processing, expert system, speech recognition, like the computer vision, robotics, and the planning. But in the session, I want to show you how to implement the machine learning, natural language processing, speech recognition, and the computer vision. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we know that the Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, represent a global call to actions and eradicating poverty, protecting the environment, and knowing that everyone experiences peace and prosperity. And one of the Sustainable Development Goals is number four. This is ensure inclusive and quality education for all and promote lifelong learning. It's not like about the education, but this includes the equal access to quality education as well as the significant improvements in skills for decent work and living. Unfortunately, people with disabilities face difficulties in accessing it all. Okay, I can show you again the data of the person with disabilities in World Health Organization and the Global Education Monitoring. The first is based on data from the World Health Organization in 2021, approximately 15% of the world's population have disabilities. think it's it's a very high number. And according to the Global Education Monitoring Report by UNESCO, approximately 20 million children with disabilities didn't have access to education was what in the year 2018. Yeah. And the next, I want to show again one of the statistics in what a country in Indonesia in the 2018 and the 2020. The first is never attend school. Didn't the next one is the didn't finish the school, elementary school, junior high school, senior high school, and the last one is the university. Okay, don't forget to it. So we can see the persons with disabilities who have never attended school in 2018 and 2020 from 13.20% to the 12.91%. It means that the rejection. And the person with disabilities who have the last education in university equivalent to the elementary school from the 28.2% to 29.60%. It means that this acceleration. This shows that the people with disabilities have not received decent and equitable education. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, it happens because the blind and the deaf persons cannot understand the meaning of the sentences because their ability is not obtained like normal people. Yeah, like us. So, what is the role as young generation in helping the blind and deaf persons? Okay, of course, by creating a learning program that it can convert the natural language into another foreign language and sign language. I can show you. We can integrate the program to help the person with disabilities because my previous research in the 2022 I'm implementer of Google Translate application programming interface API as a text and audio translator. You can access and journal core IT, I think. Because in this project, I use the machine learning, natural language processing, and the speech, especially deep learning from machine learning, machine translation from the natural language processing and text to speech and the speech. Data designs using the one of the programming language, Python. So the program tries to predict the output equivalent the results of the user. And the novelty in the 2023 is implementing of the deep learning convolutional neural network or CNN as a multilingual translator. However, my project in the 2030 was not finished because I had to focus on another project involving toxic gas sensors. I hope that if anyone is interested in human development project, we can collaborate with each other. and focusing not only the computing but
Mhm.
also on the creating associated tools for it. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, and what is the purpose we should be integrating the program to help them? Because we should create a multilingual translator application for gaining their self-esteem and the more education. And there are some benefits. The first is the obtaining information. We can integrate any combination with the parts of the artificial intelligence. So we get the sound and sign language for the output. The second is the person with disability, especially the blind or deaf person, will be able to study in the public schools. And the last one is the accessibility in our program are free and fast. Okay, the next is why do we involve it artificial intelligence? Why do we involve it artificial intelligence? Because through a computational approach, system artificial intelligence or the AI can produce excellent results on the certain complex tasks that if they perform the humans would require cognition. So if we integrate the program with Python or many more, we can integrate and combining the deep learning, natural language processing, speech, and computer vision. The first is the deep learning because deep learning capable of the making accurate data. And the next is the natural language processing can understand the natural language. And the last one is we can combine forms of text and image of videos. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is like the challenges and the issues. The first is the current situation. We know that the program can focus on the particularly of the person with disability, but the particularly of person with disability are the soul of the blind persons and souls of the deaf persons. The obstacles is because in the confidence person with disabilities and society stigma and discrimination. And the particularity of the person with disabilities able to study in the public space like others. So, how we can handle it? Yeah, the creative program is the needed to help the particularly of the person with disabilities to get more education. So we can support their self-esteem, education, and technology to create an effective and efficient multilingual translator. Wait a moment, sorry. Okay, the next one is like application. I just show you the flow chart. If we need to integrate the program with the Python, especially in deep learning and AI, the first is all the data sets obtained because the data set is very important. The second, we can create a CNN model or the something else with the Python. And the third is the system can processing that we want, like the sign language, natural language, foreign language, and the many more. And the last one, the output is display. Display option that appear. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you one of my prototype in websites like that. If we integrate the artificial intelligence, the program of AI, to help them to get information education, this is like a prototype of the website. This button is for the natural language. Like, I mean, we can choose the French to Indonesia or the Hindi in English and many more. And the next button, we can choose what's the output that we want, like sign language, transcript, or the audio. And the next is we can copy the URL in YouTube or many more. And so the system can process the video to convert the language. And after the finish, we can download the video. Okay, it's like the first picture. We can see like the two women talk about some things, and the two picture in the second picture is system can convert their language and the text, audio, and the sign language. I can show you how to we integrate with AI. It is like the example. Okay, I hope it can be played well. Okay, sorry, I think in my country the connection is not stable. How are you?
Ma'am,
Good.
we can't see the screen.
Apa kabar? Oh yeah, I see. How are you? Good. Apa kabar? Baik. Now I meant the example like that. So we can integrate the program with the AI. So the deaf and blind person can study with the system. Okay, because the output is like the sound, transcript, and the sign language in the real time. Okay, but
Ma'am,
I hope that
can you share that screen?
I'm sorry,
Uh,
cannot search.
the demo you shared because we are seeing the PDF file.
Okay, I will copy the link in Zoom. Okay, for example, or I can see the YouTube for my prototype. Okay, I'll be back in my presentation. Okay, I hope that it can be realized and you'll understand what I want, what I mean. Okay, and the last one is the conclusion is through this program, the particularly people with disabilities, especially the blind and the deaf person, can gain their self-esteem and access to more education. Therefore, they are able to study in public school. Okay, I think enough. This is my presentation. I hope that you can realize. If all you have if all you have a question, please sign in Zoom box.
Thank you so much for this detailed explanation, ma'am. Participants, if you have any question, kindly raise your hand. I will allow you to ask, or you can also type the question in the chat box.
Okay, you are welcome. For the material, I think I can share in the group, and you can try it at home. I think. Okay. If all you have any question, please send the Zoom box. Okay. Wait a moment. Okay. I'll try to answer the question for Marian first. I think how the technology helps disabled people. Okay, disabled people. I think. For the technology, because I'm the best word of the science, especially in the physics competition. I think one of our transformation to help them like integrate one of the program, so they can understand in the materials, especially like us, so they can understand the meaning of the sentence, the meaning of the materials in the video, in the books, and the many more. With the program, we can integrate with AI for the foreign language, like Google Translate, but we can add the sign language too for help them. So if they have the new knowledge, new insight, and understand that the material, they can enabling the formal schools like that. Okay. Sajida say that the what are the benefits and challenges of using robotics in physical therapy for disabled individuals? Yeah, I think it's helping for disability person, but in my material is focused on the blind and deaf person. Yeah, I think I don't know like the specific what is the benefit like the physical robotic therapy for disabled individuals because we focus to integrate like the program so the blind and the person can understand the meaning of the sentence or video to so that they can um, understand to get the new knowledge, to get the new quality of education. And then the future stakeholders ensure that it's a very eligible for okay. The next question. I'm sorry. I think I want to answer the easy question first.
I
How
want to
can the
ask one thing,
yes?
if I'm audible.
Okay.
Firstly, it was my bad that I could not understand much of it, but I want to know that how science or and technology could be used for modifying law or integrating good policies towards a country.
Okay. Thank you for the question, but I can hear clear in your voice. The question is, what's the technology like that? What's technology? How? Okay. You can send the um Zoom box, I think. Okay, next, I want to answer the question, okay, one by one, sorry, wait a minute. How can the policymaker and the stakeholders ensure that the technological advancements in disability support are accessible and affordable for all? Okay, we know that policymakers, stakeholders, every person that is support, we can call it the stakeholder. Now, stakeholder can support the integration by the funding research and development in disability related technologies, establishing standards and the regulation to ensure safety and accessibility, and the promoting partnerships between the academia, industry, and the healthcare providers. Yeah, I think policymakers and stakeholders can make the standards and regulation to help the to ensure the safety and accessibility when we integrate the program to help the person with disabilities so they can the partnerships between the academia, industry, and the healthcare providers and stakeholders and policymakers can be creating incentives for the innovation and collaboration that it can accelerate progress in enhancing disability support. What is the meaning of integrated science in science? Sorry, Jahangir, if you people, what is the meaning of integrated science in science? I think what you mean is what is the integrated science and technology to help them like that? Yeah, I think science is the theoretical and the technology is the application. So we can integrate them to make programs like that as assistive tools. Assistive tools.
Ma'am, we are
But
left with 4 minutes.
I focus on to assistive tools in the computer science. Like I mean, the translation to help them to understand the meaning of the contents, the meaning of the sentence, if they're study anything. So we can integrate the sign language and foreign language in the video. So it works like the translator, but it's real time. We focus on the disabled person, blind and deaf person. Okay, wait a moment. Okay, thank you. You are welcome. And technology very special. Okay, for the question, what the AI-powered solution can be developed and implemented in Pakistan to achieve the SDGs goals, especially as SDGs number 4, quality education. Yeah, but I can show again. My presentation for this question. Okay. I just explained the challenges and the issues. I think it's not in the Pakistan or my country, but in the world, I think, because the data of the World Organization and the UNESCO is high because the person with disabilities is high number. We can see the current situation, particularly of the person with disabilities, especially the blind person and deaf persons. We can help them to support self-esteem, education, and technology. And how? Yeah, we can do handling the practice program to help particularly of the person with disability to gain more education or create an effective and efficient multilingual translator. It's mean that like the video translator, but it's a very complex because we integrate and we combine the many type of the artificial intelligence. Okay, we can see artificial intelligence have the seven types: machine learning, natural language processing, expert system, and the last is the planning. So we can integrate the code to make the program with the Python, JavaScript, or many more to integrate the machine learning, natural language processing, speech recognition, and the vision. Now, for the machine learning, it's full of the data set. Natural language processing, it used to translate the natural language processing to the foreign language, like Hindi to English, like the English to Africa, and many more. Now, like the sign language too. Now, for the speech recognition, it can work or it can be convert speech to text or text to speech. So if we see the YouTube in video in YouTube, we can see we can hear the audio and we can see the transcript. Yeah, it's the speech recognition work. And what is the function of the computer vision? Yeah, the computer vision shows the output that we want. Now, I show the Zoom
Excuse me,
box
ma'am.
again about the
Excuse me, ma'am.
like example of my prototype. Now, this link
Miss Zara.
YouTube. Uh, Hello.
Hello. Actually, we have limited time and we have reached our time limit. So I would bid a thank you to you and thanks so much. It was very informative to have you on board.
Okay. Thank you very much.
If we have
But
will have
thanks for all.
questions, we will be sharing with you. Participants, you can share question with us.
For the
Thank you.
question, I think we can continue this meeting and the other topic. And thank you very